Hi there, a warm welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Thank you for responding with yes. Good to be with you in tonight's live chat. I have details for you of the fighting between military and Fano in the Amhara region. Details of the last 48 hours. What happened in the last 24 hours specifically. And we are seeing a sudden rise in the number of drone strikes happening. Ross, Ethiopia says disturbing sound coming from you. What's wrong? Is audio fine? Ross, Ethiopia, what's the matter? Why are you complaining about disturbing sound? It could be on your side. Please check what's happening on your side. He meant disturbing news. Okay. He used the word sound. Let me welcome the participants first, then I'll share details of five major fronts, which were main fronts today between Fano and military. How many ENDF soldiers were taken prisoner by Fano fighters today? Which main road remained closed for hours today? How many drone strikes have been conducted in the last 48 hours? Which areas have been hit? How precise were the strikes? I have all these details, answers to these questions in this live chat. Simon Tesfaye, first viewer who commented, welcome Simon. Beniam Alima, you joined. Welcome Beniam, how are you? I'm fine. Benhano James here, DB. Beniam says, how often do you shave, by the way? Once a week, generally once a week. When I was working in a force, I had to shave daily. I was sick of it. I did not like it. So I'm not part of any force now. So I like this freedom. I think you should be clean. Whether you shave or not, you should be clean. What matters is cleanliness, not how often you shave your beard, obviously. Harmon says, long time follower and supporter. Welcome, Herman. Good to see you. Yosedek here. Yudaite Fikade. DSG, first member who joined. Special welcome, DSG. Good to see you. Forever here says, hi Sajid, what do you will be the UAE's role in yesterday's plan of USA, Ethiopia, Egypt, and Eritrea? Well, I'll have to speak in detail on that. I think it's difficult to just give a one liner as a reply. So give me some time, I'll work on it. Gubina Amini join, smiling forest trees. Well, I like this name, Smiling forest trees. Question is how much you are real about this amount of strikes. Do you have some literary background that you chose this username, Smiling Forest Trees? Did you read William Wordsworth, the poet who used to write poetry about nature? He used to write, he used to use such diction in his poetry, I think. Uh, Nathi here, Dasta Join, Kiddo Silashi, Michael, no update from there. Iklamari Masfao, Maldini here, Annoyed Microscope joined, says, Hi Sajid, I like your programs. I have been watching since the start of Tegarai War. Good to see you, Annoyed Microscope. Abdul Kareem Farah is the second member who joined. Welcome, Abdul Kareem. Good to see you. We have two members in tonight's live chat. Smile joined too. Smile is not happy with my report about female Fano fighters' deaths. Bay William here. Dave Man. 3G here. 3G says that this week is not a good week for Tegra and Eritrea. T&O, third member who joined. Welcome, T&O. Dassalan Barahun here. Hibo Press joined. Welcome, Hibo. Mangisto Katilla joined. Welcome, Mangisto. Well, so many viewers contacted me. They questioned my report, my views rather, about the atrocities committed against female Fano fighters. Uh, I would reiterate my position. I said that those female fighters died fighting. That's what everyone is confirming. Uh, but problem is that those who support Fano, they just believe what Fano propagandists are reporting. I said there are two possibilities. Either uh, they died fighting, it's clear. After their death, their dead bodies were used for propaganda, either by the military or by Fano fighters. Since the beneficiary of this campaign is Fano, so it's very likely that some pro Fano people stage this propaganda. It happens, by the way. I don't know why are you so surprised at it. Such propaganda campaigns are launched. It's part of warfare, by the way. Military does the same too. Military also launches propaganda against Fano. Abiy wants to pit Oromos against Amharas. He wants to create unity in Oromia by telling Oromos that Northerners coming. So that's how Ethiopian politics works. I am not a layman now. Problem is that people don't want to just do the research and find out the truth. They just believe whatever suits their loyalties. And whoever challenges the narratives being spread, they call him anti this, anti that. I am ready to face the criticism, but I think it's part of propaganda war. These two fighters died fighting. I mean, Fano fighters, uh, they could be definitely, they're going to be used as symbols for Fano struggle. But no one should do politics over dead bodies. Dead bodies must not be mutilated. Whoever did that, that should be condemned. Alim, yes, the problem is that this campaign is very dangerous. It will have dangerous consequences. It will make this a war deadlier, dirtier. It could pit ordinary Oromos against Amharas and vice versa. That is why I'm saying that those who support Fano fighter, they should, yes, they should mention the sacrifices of the two female Fano fighters, but they should be careful. They should not be part of spreading propaganda. They should not be a tool for spreading propaganda. One Ethiopia says, why is Fano sending women to front lines? Well, I think if women are part of Fano, that just shows how inclusive and participatory Fano struggle is. In all Ethiopian armed groups, we only saw Tigrayans having female representation. During Tigray war, we saw that female Tigray fighters fought on front lines. Ziudo, no, no, Hafto. What was the name of that? What is the name of that Tigray general? Zaidu Kiros. Yes, she's a female general from Tigray. Even Ola misses that type of female representation, its armed struggle. Same is the case with ONLF of the past. So if Fano has female representation, nothing wrong with that. Female can serve several purposes, not just a combat purpose. Zaidu Cross, Sammy, yes. By the way, whoever did that to those female fighters, Balim and the other, he should be ashamed of himself, I think. What did he get? I mean, if you are mutilating dead bodies, what are you getting from it? That just shows that there are elements, there are people, there are groups which are barbaric. They're savages. They just want to use everything for their gains. Yeah. So I know that EPLF had very impressive female representation. But what is disappointing is that PFDJ does not have equal female representation. How many EPLF leaders are female? Not EPLF, PFDJ. Maybe 5%, less than 5%, I would say. But EPLF, as you said, consisted of 20 to 30% of women. So those Eritrean women, they fought for liberation, but after Eritrea became an independent country, they were forgotten. Do you agree with me? Yeah, so okay, let's start, viewers. I have just complete report for you from the Amhara region. I'll explain the main fronts, which were active fronts today and yesterday, and how many strikes have been conducted on which fronts, all that. Let me speak for a few minutes so that I can explain the situation in the Amhara region. Samael, what was your question? Which journalist did I name, Alim? Okay, let's start with Samael says, what evidence do you have that Fano did it? Well, it's just circumstantial evidence. I don't have any picture, any video. Does Fano have any evidence that ENDF did that? No one has evidence. No one has any evidence. The claims by Fano are they based on some footage or some pictures showing ENDF soldiers mutilating dead bodies? No, no one has any evidence. So circumstantial evidence, I think, indicates that those groups which want to create unity in Amharas, they are highlighting this issue. Okay, Smile, let's not argue. I made myself clear. Now it's up to you to believe or not. Problem is that I know that you have your loyalty towards groups, towards people. It's difficult for you to neutrally analyze things. Some people living in the past, they still believe that Oromos want to take revenge for what allegedly Menelik did to Oromo women. Just stop living in the past. Think about the present. Let's start with firstly, for the last 48 hours, now we have been seeing an increase in drone strikes in the Amhara region. Perhaps the last 48 hours saw the maximum number of strikes conducted, uh, drone strikes conducted on Fano in any 48 hours in the last 3 weeks. So we can safely conclude that Ethiopian Air Force is using its best weapon now, which is its drone. The drone strikes which happened yesterday were conducted mainly in uh, Gujam. Gujam was the target. In Ago Avi zone 2, these strikes were conducted. Today, the strikes were conducted in uh, Gujam, around Bahirdar. In Wollo, 2 strikes were conducted. Raya Kobo was hit too, reportedly. Overall, over 2 dozen strikes have been confirmed. I compiled a list of the places where the strikes happened. Around 27, 26 or 27 have been conducted in the last 48 hours. I never saw such a large number of strikes in just 48 hours or even 72 hours. Were these strikes precise? Did the strikes target Fano fighters? Well, I think we'll have to wait. Pro-Fano sources, as usual, they would say that women have been killed, children have been killed, elderly have been killed. They will not admit that even a single non-strike hit Fano fighters. This is what they always say. Military remains silent, but military-backed sources would say that Fano fighters have been hit. We'll have to wait. But whenever drone strikes and air strikes are conducted, civilians are killed too. But it is difficult to separate Fano from people. Fano fighters are now in towns, moving along main roads. There are people nearby, civilians nearby. That is why civilian deaths are unavoidable, no matter how precise the drone strikes are. Firstly. Secondly, all day we saw advisories issued by Fano sources for Fano fighters. Advisories about how to protect from drones. That just shows uh, that the number of strikes was way more than it was in the last few days. Number of strikes today. That is why all day we saw drone advisories being issued to Fano fighters about how to protect from drone strikes. Thirdly, once again, Desi, uh, Kobo, Vuldia, Desi, Debre Birhan Road remained blocked for hours today. This road was open, by the way, because military had cleared surroundings of Vuldia. It had taken uh, Serenga, it had taken Vichale. So the road was open. But today, the road remained closed for several hours. Why? Because Fano fighter carried out attacks in two towns along the road. One is Vorgasa, and the other one is Serenga. Serenga is close to Vuldia. Vorgasa is between Vuldia and Dasi. And because of Fano's attacks in Vorgasa and in Serenka, Dasi to Debre Birhan road remained closed for several hours. I have not been able to confirm if it has been opened or not. But what I confirmed is that the road remained blocked for several hours today. Thirdly, uh, Fano groups showed more prisoners today, though don't strikes are being conducted, then Fano fighters definitely lost some territories in the last few days. But they're making ENDF, they're taking ENDF soldiers as prisoners. It's ongoing. You know that they captured hundreds in Volo in during Abanadi operation. And today they showed POWs from two places. Firstly, Vargasa. I think around 70 were taken prisoner. Thank you, Beatam, for becoming a member. Uh, Welcome to this community of members. We have around 50 members now. Membership is growing. One day, I hope I will be able to launch member specific live chats. Once we reach 100 members, I think we will start member specific live chats. So, Fano fighters showed prisoners from two locations today. Firstly, from Vargasa, around 70 were taken prisoner by Fano. Uh, and we saw a statement of a Fano colonel who asked his subordinates that Fano fighters should not ill-treat any POWs. It was good to hear, by the way, that Fano commander, his name is Babao, I think. Sorry. In a speech, he told Fano fighters that the prisoners of war should be treated in accordance with international law. Their rights should be respected, and no one should commit any excesses against the ENDF prisoners of war. So the first front from where prisoners were shown was Vargasa. Second front from where Fano showed prisoners today is Ambasal. Ambasal is on North Wollo, South Wollo border. And Fano groups released a video from there. Uh, Less than 30, I think, 30 to 40, I would say, have been taken prisoner there in Ambasal today. Around 100, you can say. Around 100 ENDF soldiers have been taken prisoner today on Saturday in the Amhara region. Main fronts today on uh, Saturday were five fronts. Ambasal, where Fano captured ENDF soldiers. Vargasa, second one. Thirdly, Bahirdar. There was fighting in the vicinity of Bahirdar too. Fourthly, Kobo. And fifthly, Serenka. These were five main fronts on Saturday. Overall, we can say that Ethiopian military is using its trump card, and that trump card is drone strikes. Can Fano fighter continue their advance? Can they just defend themselves from drone strikes? Can they go on? That we'll see in coming days. It's not that in just 24 or 48 hours you'll see the impact of these drone strikes. But gradually, I think you will see pictures and videos. Some strikes have been precise today and yesterday, and I think military will launch its activists. Military has its activists in media and social media, and soon you will see videos, pictures too, showing dead Fano fighters. Obviously, if you conduct 27 drone strikes, it means that some did hit targets on the ground. So let's see. I think we're going to see some very graphic videos in the next 48 hours about strikes which happened in the Amhara region. NB says, Sajid, it's not ENDF, rather ONDF. Well, you can say whatever you want to say. By the way, whenever Ethiopian soldiers are taken prisoner by any armed group, ENDF just forgets them. I am not aware of any operations launched by ENDF to secure the release of its soldiers. We saw that during Tigray war. We see that in Oromia, and now same is the response of military in Amhara. That EN soldiers taken prisoner by Fano are forgotten by Ethiopian military. Why? Because perhaps military knows that it's futile to make efforts to secure the release of ENDF soldiers, that Fano won't be able to just move them along with them, and Fano will have to release them. Blue, I read that article. Hopefully, I'll do a video on that tomorrow, because I think that article is not clear. The article mentioned what happened during Abbanadio campaign. During that campaign, Fano fighters controlled large territories. The article does not specifically say that these areas are under Fano's control today. Am I right? No, Guraj, I disagree with you. ENDF forgets its men. You saw during Tigray war that too. ENDF does not care about its soldiers. Why? Because ENDF is actually telling its soldiers that if you are captured prisoners, we won't take care of you. That is why fight till the last bullet. Die, but don't let yourself be captured alive by your enemies. Blue, I read a translation of that art. I did not see that these arrows were taken 2 days ago. Let me recheck after the live chat. Michael says that's not going to get ENDF more recruits. Well, people join ENDF because they have no other options. Ethiopian security sector is the only sector where jobs are available. Anytime you can be recruited by a militia, by a regional force, by ENDF, by armed groups. Kolach, you will see more such pictures and videos in the next 48 hours because I told you 27 strikes in 48 hours. I don't know, LM. Let's wait for the footages to emerge. Then we'll see. Once we see footages and pictures, then we'll be able to perhaps make a guess about the types of ammunition or drones being used. You know, there are lots of Amharas in ENDF on top level. I don't know about soldier level, but on senior level, there are lots of people. Who is Bebo Tedese, by the way? He's from the Amhara region, Deputy Chief of Staff of Military. Alim says, are there foreign operators helping them use drones? Well, I think by now Ethiopia must have developed its own drone operators. I mean, Ethiopia bought TB2s, Akinji TB2s 4 years ago. In 2021, they bought uh, they bought Winglongs and TB2s. By now, Ethiopia should have skilled drone operators. So 35 minutes have passed. I think we should end tonight's live chat. Thanks for watching. Uh, Hopefully now on daily basis in live chat, I will try to share main developments for the last 24 hours with you so that we know what is happening in the Amhara region, which side has an advantage, which side is suffering losses. It will be difficult, by the way, to get to the truth because both sides just talk about gains. They don't talk about losses. We'll have to find reports to ensure that we share both gains and losses of the two sides. Hopefully, we'll continue from tomorrow. Thanks for watching, viewers. Stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.